We just saw an example of how bulk edits can be made with the search and replace functionality of AdWords. And there are a lot of additional things we can make changes to in bulk that can save you lots and lots of time. First, let's take another example of the search and replace functionality, but let's go about it in a different way. We'll continue with the fictitious Australia and New Zealand travel company, and let's say that yesterday was a big day. We just celebrated our 23rd year in business. Now, I know I've been promoting my 22 years of experience in many of my ads across the whole account, but now I've got 23 years of experience. I'm going to use a quick search to find all those ads across the entire account that mention 22 years, so I can update them all to 23. So first, I highlight the entire account in the left pane, and then I go to the Ads tab. I type in 22 years, and there we go. Every ad in my entire account that's promoting 22 years. Now, we saw how you can select all and right-click to use the search and replace feature, but I want to point out something else. In this case, the headline for all of these ads is exactly the same. And when you select multiple elements in the AdWords editor, the Edit pane at the bottom will let you do bulk edits on any component that is identical across everything you've selected. So here, I'll just swap out the 2 for the 3, and then I'm done. Okay. So now let's say that I'm getting more sophisticated with my analytics and my tracking. And I've installed a third-party tool to help me measure the impact of AdWords, or maybe help me with something like attribution modeling. A common requirement of tools like these is that the destination URLs need to be tagged with a query string parameter that will tell the tool where the visit came from. If you use Google Analytics, this would be the concept of UTM tagging, although you don't need that for AdWords since you can automatically integrate Google Analytics and Google AdWords. But in the Adobe Analytics world, for example, maybe we want to use a CID here that we can break into more specificity using classifications. So let's say that our Adobe Analytics administrator has given us a broad CID to use on our Australia and New Zealand travel campaigns. Here, we can select all the ads we want to update the destination URLs of, and use the Advanced URL Changes option to append our tracking code. Later on, if we want to see things more granularly, we might choose to use a unique CID for just New Zealand and a different one for Australia. I can easily go back and change those by selecting the ads I want to update and doing a bulk edit. And if we ever decide to change out that tracking code for something else, rather than having to go through every destination URL in my account and look for that CID, I can just remove all instances of it, regardless of its value, right here. Now let's head over to the Keywords tab to look at some more bulk editing features. Let's pretend that I've started to find out that my customers really like the low prices that I offer, and I've done some keyword research that indicates that people are interested in cheap vacations. So if I want to quickly create a bunch of keywords with the word cheap as a modifier, I can just choose the keywords I want to modify, click Append Text, and then add the word cheap before existing text. And in this case, I don't want to actually alter the keywords that are already working well for me. So instead, I'll check the Duplicate Selected Rows and Append Text to Duplicates box. This will preserve all the selected keywords and give me a new set of keywords with the cheap prefix. Last, let's say that things are going really well. I've got these keywords really dialed in. I found ideal bids for every single one of them, and now I want to see if I can expand my reach by upping my bids. I can use the Advanced Bid Changes feature to quickly make changes across everything I have selected. So let's say I want to up everything by 10 cents, or maybe I want to up everything by 10% and see what happens. Of course, if things aren't going so well, I can also decrease bids in bulk. And I also have options to really quickly raise all my bids to the first page estimate, or remove all my keyword level overrides and default back to my original ad group bid. Last, I can use the additional constraints to make sure that these actions don't take me outside of any minimums or maximums that I'm comfortable with. Of course, there are more bulk actions in AdWords Editor that you can explore on your own, but hopefully these examples can help you save time and be more efficient as you manage your own accounts.